Hey YouTubers out there, I'm back! Today I decided I was going to do a video, I'll show you in a minute, but it's really rainy and gross here. And so I have no light whatsoever. A lot of times when I do my eBay photos, I do them outside where it's really bright out and I use the sunshine. So that leaves days like today when there is no sunshine, trying to figure out how to get my listings done. And I often have people ask me, when I talk about doing my eBay photos, what I do to take them. They don't have room for any kind of studio. They don't have money to go buy a bunch of photography equipment. And that was kind of where I was when I started. I wanted to get decent photos. I mean, if you're going to compete on such a platform with eBay with all these other sellers, you have to at least have decent photos. I'm sorry, the people who are taking photos out there and you're taking them thrown on your bed or you're taking them on the floor. People don't like their clothes on the floor. I didn't want to throw my clothes on the floor and take pictures of them. I could, but I didn't want to. I wanted to have nice, clean photos. I wanted the best chance for them to sell. So I was left with the idea of I needed to find out how to do an easy, simple, and cheap way to set up taking pictures. And so I set out on YouTube to find that, and I couldn't find it anywhere, really. There's awesome videos about how to set up photography. Great videos. Unfortunately for me, as a mom who really lives in her house with 4 kids and homeschools, I didn't have the room for most of the setups they were suggesting. Things just as simple as umbrella lights. I don't have the space to leave those up, and to take them up and down every day, I have a very minimal amount of time when the baby's napping and the afternoon comes and all of the homeschool activities are done, that I'm able to actually photograph. And so for that 30 minutes a day, I can't spend 15 minutes of it putting up and tearing down equipment. I really need to use that half an hour or so a day to go ahead and actually take photos. So I needed something that was very simple and that wasn't going to cost a lot of money, and I had room for it in my house. So today I'm going to show you what I do just for small items. These are not for things that are like larger clothing items or things like that. The thing that I do for things like kids' shoes or maybe a smaller toy, anything that we would call smalls in the reselling business. And so that's what I'm going to show you. Here we go. Okay guys, I flipped you around to see my setup here. You can see I'm just in my kids' homeschool room, all their stuff for schooling. You can also see how gross it is outside. So I have no natural light today. So I'm going to use this light right here. It's just like a small desk lamp. I actually think this is more of a vintage one. I've picked it up at a yard sale for a couple dollars. And these, I use these for my backgrounds. I have a white poster board right here, 2 pieces, one for the bottom and one for the back. And over there you can see that I have 2 pieces of black just leaning up there. I use those also. Now I do recommend using white as often as you can. That is what eBay recommends. However, if the item is white itself, putting it on a white background really doesn't show anything. So I do go ahead, if I have something like these, I have these little white kickers, off-white kickers, that were my daughter's I'll be listing today. And those are not going to, obviously you can see, show up very well on white. So I will go ahead and put those on the black backgrounds. But so very cheap backgrounds here. I probably have $2 in poster board. I think they're 50 cents a piece at the Dollar Tree. So I can set them up, have a nice clean background, and if for some reason they get nicked up over time, maybe I forgot and set a dirty shoe on them, or something like that, or just over time you can see they start to get a little bit worn. If they get too worn out, they're super cheap to throw away, and actually I don't even do that. I keep it for my kids to use for school projects or just to color on for my little ones, and I replace them for, you know, another 2 for $1. It's not a super huge expense. And this setup, you can obviously, does not take up much space. I'm just sitting on the floor. We do use this light here, and I'm able to just turn it on and move it to where I need to move it so that I can get some good lighting on it. And then if I narrow in here, you can see that I can get a nice clean photo on a clean background. It didn't require a lot of money, it doesn't require a lot of space, and it only takes a couple seconds to set up and to shut down. Here's just a quick snapshot that I took with that light on the background. So here I am back again, showed you my really simple, inexpensive setup that I use. It doesn't take up a lot of space, it doesn't cost a lot of money. The one thing I will say is we're all used to in our homes having like those soft white lights, and if you're going to do things for photography, you're gonna want a daylight bulb. It doesn't give that yellow glow, it really helps bring out the real colors of your item, whatever you're selling. So I would recommend investing in a couple daylight bulbs. I think the bulb was like $6. So between that and the poster board, for under $10, I have a setup. I did have the cost of the light. That was something I bought at a yard sale. I see them, if you're going to be into this for reselling anything other than your own, and you're going to be going to garage sales anyway, keep an eye out. If you're just going to be selling your own stuff, you'll probably get somebody who garage sales for your kids anyway. And you can find lights like that at garage sales all the time. I come across them several times a month for like $5 or less. So you can find a cheap, inexpensive light, throw a daylight bulb in it, get yourself a clean background with some poster board, and all of a sudden you have a great, cheap, inexpensive, small setup that's not difficult to put up or tear down. The only other thing that I use is my phone, and that's why I couldn't show it to you when I was taking pictures, because I also film on it. So that's all, and if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up down there, like and subscribe, and if you guys have anything else that you guys would like to see me post, go ahead and put that in the comments below. Thanks, we'll see you next time. Bye!